Hello and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, and we're getting close to completing the DLC here, so we gotta go head back to Daniel, have a chat with him. But first, there are a couple more sites I want to check out. There's just this one, and one more. This is a cave, so I'm kind of hoping we might get some more about the ranger, learn some more about the ranger here. Yeah, I suspect he was here. Don't walk across that. Yeah, you're fine. I suspect he was here because of the tripwire that kind of gives it away. So I'm thinking maybe we'll find a terminal. A rigged shotgun. Requires key. Okay. Don't need no key. Just superior hacking skills. Oh god. There we go. Almost didn't make it. Oh. Electric door control, no and yes? No. Okay, that didn't help. Yes? There we go. Searching for traps. Okay, that's the alternate way in, I think. Survival cache, yep. I think we found his hideout. Alright, let's see. What do you got for me? 2083. May 5th. The comeback goes on. Add prickly pear to the list of survivors with honey mesquite. Mesquite? And, whoops. Sorry about that. I keep clicking prematurely. And banana yucca. Odd modules, mutations, but safe to eat. Harvesting, oh so careful. Oh, this must have been soon after... yeah, soon after the bombs drop. And, he's still trying to figure out how to survive. Never take more than a fifth. Mouth waters every time I'm about to eat something that isn't from a can. May 7th. Clouds of those stinging flies near the fallen tree I call the napper. Little flashes in the cloud. Something dragonfly-sized that zaps them midair, then scoops them up. Something new. That sounds terrifying. May 19. Bighorn sheep. Family. Ram, ewe, and a little one. Fucking goddamn it. May 20th. The sheep were different. Brawny. Ewe had curved horns just like the ram. Seen some tiny lizards, but this is the first time seen animals that big. Fingers crossed. 5 to 10 years breeding. Fresh meat, hides, horns. So he's discovering wildlife has survived. I know it's time to go back, Char, when winter is past. Year 2084. June 14th. Just got back. Tired. Good scrounging along the way. Ended up dragging back a cart of stuff. Right tomorrow. Sleep. June 15th. Departed April 10th. Walked to SLC. Took 15 days. Would have been 7 to 9 back in the old days, but had to circle pockets of radiation and foraged along the way. Don't know what I was thinking. Imagined I'd find my house, dig through rubble, find something. Your bones, I'd hoped. and little nuts. Would have buried them here in Zion, maybe. SLC is mostly craters. Salt Lake City, that is. Warped steel girders where high-rises sat, mounds of bricks. Never found our house, didn't even find street. What wasn't a crater was scorched clean. Want to believe it was fast, a flash. Both of you vaporized. Lies to make me feel better. I'll never know. Which part of city got hit first? Northeast, and you both died in a blink. Farther away, and you burned alive screaming, or the blast, broken glass, and bits of brick and wood, splinters shredding you like hamburger. Look at it, coward, and listen. Don't turn away, face it. If you'd been brave, lucky man, you would have found a spot and blown your brains out. But not you. You took your time walking back, made a shopping trip of it, scrounger. The truck was still there on the 77 north of Spanish Fork. The Chrysalis too, but no sign of the old couple's bones. That's the old couple he killed. Mercy killing, it was. After the blast. They looked at the blast and they were blinded and, yeah. I guess that would be a mercy killing. He thought it was anyway. Outside Nephi, I caught a trail. 3 men, tracks heading toward Fountain Green. Thought about following, but didn't. Stupid fantasy of friends, more likely cannibals. June 20th. Took 2 days to build door and electrify it. No soliciting, assholes. Home sweet fucking home. Year 2095. 11 years later. September 20th. I count 28 of them. 11 adult males, 8 females, 9 children aged 2 to 10. Some rifles and pistols in bad repair. Old world clothes ready. September 22nd. Got close enough last night to hear them talk. Spanish, I think, from Mexico. Heard them say, Paradiso, a bunch. I think that means paradise. Here to stay then. Seem harmless. Seem. October 5th. The one I call Maria is pregnant. I think the father is Jose, but she spends a lot of time with Pablo too. Oh, he's really, spying on him. October 7th. Pedro ran out to pee in the stream and would have seen me if he looked to his left. Too close. Need to give them space. November 10th. Jose broke his leg chasing a bighorn. Too far from camp for them to hear. Told myself to leave it be, but couldn't. 300 yards from their camp. Did my best. Jose screaming imitation until a bunch of them came looking, then strung them along to the crest where they could hear the real Jose. Probably useless. Compound fracture broke the skin. Ew. November 11th. Infection. So many goddamn words, nearly the same. I think I'd be fluent, but anyway, Jose's leg got it, so he's going to die. Nature for you. Of course, they're giving a prayer a try. November 12th. Left bottle of antibiotics on a rock outside their camp last night. They thanked God, Dios, of course, as though that asshole saw fit to burn the world, but still cared enough to leave some medicine on a rock. November 15th. Jose will always limp, but otherwise he'll be okay. Good deed for the month. Will they make it through the winter? That was 2095. They were Mexicans. Out of curiosity, what was the next one? 2097. Oh, 2096. Oh, okay. This is when the someone showed up. Yeah, Vault 22 showed up. That's who they killed, the Mexicans. Okay. So that's when Vault 22 showed up. They killed the Mexicans. Then this guy went on a rampage. Killed Vault 22. And then he rescued one of the Vault 22 stragglers that got left behind. He got her pregnant. They had a baby, but the baby died. In childbirth. And so did she. There's one more site I have to check out. Quest, world map. The Red Gate. I was there before, but I couldn't discover the site. I'm gonna give it a try again. Ah, here we go. Oh.
We pass like moonlight on
The survivalist duffel bag. Okay. Survivalist rifle. Is that a unique rifle? Year 2124. Is this the final recording of this guy? Waking Cloud, you are poisoned. 2124. Yeah, before that, the last one was 2123, where he encountered a whole nother group. So the Mexicans were all killed by Vault 22, then Vault 22, they've been wiped out, and then after all of that, years and years passed, and then he found another group of 24. I guess they're all children. Youngest is 8, maybe. Oldest 13 to 14. Yeah, these are all children that escaped somewhere from somewhere called the school, which we don't know where that is. So 2124, what happened a year after that? January 2nd, I've been leaving notes for them and gifts. They like the books, started with stories but moved on to weapon manuals, medical books, practical stuff. In the notes, well, it's embarrassing, almost like those cards people used to give each other. Everything sweet and loving. I tell them to read and to learn, and to make the most of their new home. I tell them I'm giving them Zion as a gift, to make up for all the sorrows of their lives so far, and all the sorrows man has visited on man. I tell them to be kind to each other and modest. I tell them never to hurt each other, but that if someone else comes along and tries to hurt them, to strike back with righteous anger. Stuff like that. I signed every note the father because, well, just because. Oh, he's the father. He started the tribe. But he never made his presence known, I guess. He did all this in secret. He was sort of just leaving them information and notes and everything in secret. I guess he never interacted with them. January 18th. Have I mentioned that I'm dying? Mine's still sharp. Lungs are the problem. Might be cancer. Cough's been getting worse for months. Finally, there's blood in it. Getting harder to visit my little friends. Breath's so short. I've given away most of what I own. They'll find the rest in the caves when they get a little older. I don't want them to find me, though. The father is a broken down old man. Disappointment. It's time. I don't want another birthday. Yeah, it's a little bit unclear whether he made himself known. He says, I don't want them to find me. Did he make himself known to them and then leave? Or was he always in hiding? January 23rd. It's cold enough that I won't last long. On the high mound up next to Red Gate. I think I've got enough breath left in me to make it. I'll just lie down and stare at the sky. Feels right. I hope they'll do well. I hope no harm comes to them, from within or without. Did my best to prepare them for the last few notes. Said something kind about each one of them. What makes each one special. Told them the father was pleased by their kind natures, and that it would be up to them to handle things on their own from now on. That I'd be silent, but still watching and still caring. Lying then, oh yes. Lied to you, Char, and Alex, and Sylvie. Told you I'd be with you forever, but I wouldn't go back and unsay it once if I could. What was the point of it all? So many failures, but I never forgot your face, or little nuts, or, sorry, Sylvie's. They used to say that that happened after a while, but it never did for me. Maybe the only point of all this living was to keep those pictures in my head going for as long as I could. It was not the only life I could give you. Or it was the only life I could give you. Not a day went by without. It wasn't choice. I chose to die again and again. Just never did. Body had its own drive. Well, the little ones will need it. The species will need it if it's to continue. That blind drive onward. I wish them well. It's been a gift to me, at the end of it all, to behold innocence. Goodbye, Zion. Randall Dean Clark. February 5th, 2053 to January 2124. Yeah, it was 71. Bit old. So here's where he died. And those kids grew up. Let's see, he died 2124. Right now it's 2282. So yeah, quite a while, over 150 years have passed. Yeah, those kids grew up, and yeah, he talked about sorrow a lot there. I guess that's how this area got its name. Where's the... Yeah, Sorrow's Fork. Campground. Thought there was another area named Sorrow something. Oh well. What a story.
My wounds are getting worse.
Oh god. Yeah, you're dying. I forgot. Sorry.
That should keep...
What about this rifle? Survivalist rifle, 12.7 millimeter. DPS 237. Damage 50. Now, I just realized this guy's name is Randall Dean Clark.
I can't keep up.
That doesn't match the name on the armor. The name on the armor is Vickers. Staff Sergeant Vickers. I gotta keep giving her stim packs. So, did he... I guess he found this armor. He wasn't a ranger? He was clearly military. Yeah, I'm not sure then. I'm not sure how or when he got a hold of the armor. It's got a different name on it. Alright, have another stim pack. But, cool story. That explains the origins of this tribe here. And now... we gotta talk to Daniel. Find out what Daniel knows about Waking Cloud's family. Hopefully she won't die on the way there. Still alive. Good. There's Daniel.
Unless you and Joshua have any objections, I'd like to start evacuating the Sorrows. I'm going to need your help, so say your piece.
Tell me about Waking Cloud's family.
What do you want to know, exactly? I'm sure she could tell you much better than I.
You're hiding. She said one of her brothers was difficult, and you helped her through it. Or did you help the rest of her family leave Zion? I'll say the top one. She said one of her births was difficult, and you helped her through it.
Oh, well, that's true. Waking Cloud is a talented midwife. She certainly brought more children into the world than I have. But there are some problems she's never dealt with. One of them came up when she was having her third child, and I really didn't do much. I'm surprised she mentioned it.
Wait, what? Did you help the rest of her family leave Zion?
I did.
What's the matter? Did something happen?
Her 3 children are safe. They made it north weeks ago and met up with new Canaanites heading east.
Okay.
Her husband didn't make it. He died protecting their children from a white-leg attack. Do not tell Waking Cloud. She is one of the only Sorrows who can communicate easily with us, and her tribe needs her to be strong right now.
It's her husband. Don't you think she has a right to know?
To everything, there is a season. Who are you or I to put this heavy burden on her now?
You're the new Canaanite who's supposed to help lead these people, not hide things from them.
I know, you're right. I shouldn't have hidden it from her in the first place. We can't fail here again. Zion can't become the next New Canaan. The Sorrows don't deserve that. They don't deserve any of this. Sometimes I look at them and wonder if they would have...
Yeah, that's the name of the tribe, the Sorrows.
If we had never found any of them. Tell Waking Cloud if you think that's best. I won't stop you.
Okay, I will. Did you hear that? Waking Cloud? About your husband. I'm afraid he was killed by Whitelegs during the evacuation.
What? No. You must be mistaken. Daniel would have told me.
I'm afraid so. Daniel kept it from you because he thought the grief would distract you.
How dare he? What gives him the right? I thought Daniel was my friend, but he cares nothing for the Sorrows.
He was only doing what he thought was best for the tribe. It wasn't an easy choice for him.
Perhaps. I will have to have a very long talk with Daniel when all of this is over. Thank you for telling me this truth.
Give him a good smack. On your... Yeah, this is a unique rifle. It's got something carved into it. It says... Stop. And then... A-R-R-E-T? Arret? And what does that mean? Am I reading that right? Arret. There's something on her helmet too. Don't look at me. Hold on, I gotta check. Oh, it's hard to see. Nanjing, June, July, August. Shanghai, September, October, November. December, January, February, March, April, May. This guy was, doing operations in China, probably during the war. Whoever this was. This Vickers character. Okay. Well, we told her about her husband. One thing left to do now. Tell Daniel whether the Sorrows should fight or flee. Let's go find Daniel again. I think we should fight. Even if the Whitelegs don't follow these people, they'll head south and cause havoc to whoever they come across. Better take care of them now. What about Joshua Graham? He have anything to say right now?
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Hello. What do you know of Salt Upon Wounds?
He's a butcher. Believe me, I know the godless fire that burns in his heart. I've been burned by it myself. He's not the kind to let his subordinates do all the killing. No, he likes to have a hand in it, with that spear of his. He's fashioned himself an abomination before the eyes of the Lord. I'm happy to serve as an instrument of divine justice.
Alright, can I ask personal questions?
It's not something I enjoy, but I pray to God that someone may learn from my mistakes. What would you like to know?
What's your favorite color? Were you always with the New Canaanites?
I was born in Ogden, what people came to call New Canaan. Things were more peaceful when I was growing up. When I was a young man, I went out into the world to do missionary work, as all New Canaanites do. I traveled along the Long 15, and followed 89 south into Arizona. Along the way, I met two men from a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse.
I've heard of them.
Edward Sallow and Bill Calhoun. They came to teach the tribes. Calhoun was a good man. Edward was the one who got us into trouble down the road.
Was one of those men Caesar?
No, not then. Back then he was just Edward. Smart man. Young, but we all were. We thought we could hike into the Grand Canyon and talk to Blackfoots. We did. And the Blackfoots were friendly enough at first. But eventually... I've thought back to that day so many times. I must have mistranslated. Something must have been mixed up, because the Blackfoots decided we weren't going to leave. The rest is history, assuming Edward hasn't changed it.
How did you end up as Caesar's legate?
This way lies the path to hell. Caesar needed me to translate. Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle. Leading in battle became training, punishing, terrorizing. A series of small mistakes before a great fall. And I stayed in that darkness until after Hoover Dam. After I failed Caesar and he had me burned alive, thrown into the Grand Canyon.
How did you survive?
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on. The next morning, I woke up and crawled out of the northern edge of the Grand Canyon, that cursed place. It took me 3 months to reach New Canaan. It was as though the prodigal son had returned. They welcomed me like I had never left, never done anything to shame them. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. I will never be able to repay the debt I owe to them. But I must try.
Okay, anything else I can ask? Speech 70. Are you in much pain? Is there anything I can do to help?
You are kind to offer, but no. There's nothing you can do. We don't use chems. But I learned long ago that I'm immune to their effects. It never stops burning. My skin. Every day I have to unwind the bandages and replace them with fresh ones. Exposing my
that's
body
such a
to
drag.
air is like living through it again. But it's better to be clean than comfortable.
Okay, what do you know about the war between Caesar and the NCR?
I try not to involve myself with matters of the Mojave anymore. All I know is from before the Battle of Hoover Dam.
What do you think of the NCR?
Better than Caesar, but that's not a high standard. Too much love of money and ownership. Not enough love of God and giving. Any society that derives its power and authority from the will of man alone lives apart from God and will crumble in the end.
Okay, I can ask about, do you know Mr. House?
I had heard of him, but when we were preparing to enter the Mojave, he didn't seem relevant to what was happening. From what I've learned since Hoover Dam, he handled the Mojave tribes in a fashion not entirely dissimilar from Caesar. It's too bad.
Okay, I think... Yeah, one more. I'm guessing you don't like Caesar very much. Gee, what made you think that?
Love the sinner, hate the sin. With Caesar, it's often very difficult to see through all of that sin to the person inside. I can say that we were both lucky that NCR supply lines and land routes north of Mojave Outpost were destroyed before the Battle of Hoover Dam. Something bad happened near Death Valley, at a place called the Divide. Terrible storms ripped entire companies apart before they even got to Nevada soil. The aftermath of Hoover Dam could have been even worse for Caesar.
What's at the Divide?
I don't know for certain, and I don't think NCR knows either. Whatever happened at the Divide was too much for them to handle. Our Frumentari told us what they saw. Only fools and madmen would march into a place like that. All roads wind down to the same spot. The grave. They said all that's left there is a gaping wound cut into the earth. Cursed and damned. No place for God-fearing folk.
I think that's part of the next... He's talking about an area that's involved in the next DLC, I think. The Divide. I might be wrong. I don't know. Let's see. He had another dialogue option. The Divide blocked all of their northern land routes.
Not all of them. But they couldn't take 127 north to get around the mountains. As if Death Valley weren't enough, they had the Divide and Big Empty to deal with. From what the Legion's explorers reported, the Big Empty may as well have been a wall to any living thing approaching it.
Okay. I think that's it.
God be with you.
Alright, let's talk to Daniel. Stand up, dude. We're going to war.
If Joshua have any objections, I'd like to start evacuating.
Nope. I think Joshua's right. We should fight the White Legs.
No. Why? Why? Haven't you seen enough of what's going on here to see that the Sorrows don't need to butcher the White Legs for a piece of land?
I want to kill more White Legs.
More than an attack, he wants a slaughter. And he needs more than you and the dead horses to do it. The Sorrows can't be pushed into this. You and Joshua don't have the right to force them into it. Please, consider what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. If I just let him, I would just let him go and then take care of the White Legs myself. And you have the right to pull them off their land?
I've already explained to them that we're leaving. They've accepted it. What is Joshua going to tell them about being a warrior? What are you going to tell them about how to live with themselves after they got lost in the moment, killed someone who didn't deserve to die? Or does that not matter? Is that just an acceptable consequence if it means holding on to this valley? Maybe there is no place left in this world for mercy. But even if it tramples me into the dust, I will never accept it. And I will never condone it. Joshua must be waiting for you. I'll stay here with the others as I told them I would.
Okay. Waking Clouds has returned to the Sorrows camp. Oh, I can't take Waking Cloud? No.
Thank you for this. I know Daniel doesn't approve, but destroying the White Legs is the only way to ensure the Sorrows can remain in Zion. You and I will lead a group of Dead Horse warriors and Sorrows hunters into 3 Marys from this position. Our objective is to find the White Legs leader, Salt Upon Wounds, and prevent him from fleeing. Show no quarter to the White Legs we come across. Make no mistake about why we are here. This is an extermination.
Sounds fun. Let's do it.
God be with you.
Except, can I give you my stuff? I'm overburdened. Joshua Graham has given you the Way of the Canaanite perk. While Joshua Graham is in your party, any 45 caliber auto pistol you use has less spread and is twice as likely to score critical hits. Oh. That's neat.
No thanks.
Oh.
No thanks.
Oh, pick up my stuff. Oh no. This is bad. If I drop it all here, can I come back for it? Alright, I'm gonna come back later for this stuff, and it better be here. Let's go, Joshua. Where exactly are we going? Oh, we can just fast travel. Nope. We're going on foot.
Die where you stand!
Oh, he's bloodthirsty. He's out for blood.
Ah. Oh, God. Flaming white legs. He's pretty good with that 45 auto pistol.
Forward!
There's one. They got snipers. They know we're coming. I hope Daniel's having a good time, just kicking back. Chilling. While we erase the white legs. I would have thought, that lady, whose name I forgot already, my old companion, would have wanted to come wipe out the white legs after what happened to her husband. But no. Okay, where are we? Oh, we got a little ways to go. Daniel? It's okay, I'll catch up. Oh, you're fast. Daniel, I need help. I mean Joshua. He's out there somewhere. Oh, he's close. I gotta go around this big rock. It's okay, Joshua. Take your time. I'll be fine. Yeah, it looks like this DLC is pretty short. I mean, it makes sense. They put out like 4 or 5 DLCs in a pretty short window. So, yeah, a year or 2 years for all of them, maybe. I could be wrong. So, yeah, they're pretty short stories. Not a whole lot of side quests. Just one quest you're working on, pretty much, throughout the whole game. Or whole DLCs. And, I like this one. I like this story. And especially the story with the ranger or the soldier. Oh, dead horse. Sorry. Yeah, we got a Saros tribal. There's Joshua. How did they get here before I did? Ow. Did they blow the rocks?
This is taking too long. We can't let salt upon wounds escape. I'm going to find a way around. God willing, we will finish this together.
Oh, he left. Well, later. Find a way around what? Okay, there's a pile of rubble there. It all happened so quickly. Three Mary Cavern. Hi. What? Was that French? Oh, they speak French, I guess. Holy cow. Joshua, you're missing all the fun. Okay, did I find a way around? I think I did. Okay, we want to go this way. Up here? No. Let's keep going this way. Oh my god. Did you see that? She executed him. He was down and she shot him in the head. Brutal. Alright, yeah, this is kind of a dead end up here. I gotta go that way. We're approaching the end of it. To the point where I couldn't get past last time. There was a giant barrier in the way. Oh, hi. She tried to toss a Molotov at me. Ow. Dead horse. Okay, leave him alone. White Legs Painmaker. Oh. You got torched. Alright, what do we got here? Report. Hi. Yeah, it's just sorrows here. Okay, how close are we? Still a little ways to go. Goodbye. This is too easy. Alright, salt upon wounds. It's me and you. Cutscene.
We warned you at Syracuse, and you persisted.
Oh.
You took advantage of us at
You caught up with him already.
And like the dogs of Caesar you are, you followed us to Zion. And now you stand on holy ground, a temple to God's glory on earth. The only use for an animal in our temple is sacrifice. Kale wachene conserva o. You understand me, don't you? Don't you?
He's enjoying this a little too much.
Kunaman mad. He killed all white legs. You talk. You stop.
Okay. He did, but as part of Caesar's Legion, I think. This isn't what I signed up for. Let me talk to Joshua about this. I'm gonna kill him regardless.
Him hear you. You talk.
Don't listen to this thing. His cries are those of a mad beast caught in a thicket. He gave no mercy to my family, and I will give none to his.
I can pass a speech check. Joshua, you've already won. Look around you. There's no need to kill him. I'll do it for the XP.
He has a debt to pay for what he's done, and I've come to collect. And so he's chosen to cower in the water like a dumb animal.
I hope I can still kill him after this, because I want to. I kind of want to kill Joshua, too. He was part of Caesar's Legion for a while. He's committed horrible, horrible crimes. If what you believe is true, he'll pay for it later. The Sorrows don't need to see you do this.
I want to take from them what they took from me, from my family. In this life, I want them to suffer. I want all of them to die in fear and pain. I want to have my revenge. Against him. Against Caesar. I want to call it my own. To make my anger God's anger. To justify the things I've done. Sometimes I tell myself...
Nothing could justify that.
Never stop burning. But I'm the one who starts them. Not God. Not them. I can always see it in my mind. The warmth and the heat. It will always be a part of me. But not today. Go. Get out of here. Go back. Back to the Great Salt Lake.
No, I want to blast him.
That's it. It's finished. Thank you for staying with me. I couldn't have done this on my own. Let's go find Daniel. Tomorrow we'll be here soon. And there is much to do.
I just wanted the XP. Whenever there's a skill check in dialogue or something, I always choose that option. Well, I wanted to still murder him. That's okay. Alright. No perk.
And so it was that the conflict between the New Canaanites and the Whitelegs was finally resolved. The courier's involvement had tipped the scale, shifting the fragile balance of power.
Demoralized by the Dead Horse and Sorrow's attack the courier and Joshua Graham led against them, the Whitelegs retreated to Great Salt Lake. Their days were numbered. Word soon reached the 80s tribe that the Whitelegs' spirit was broken. Their war chief a dim shadow of his former self. By year's end, the 80s would overrun the Whitelegs' camps, scattering the tribe to the winds and claiming the Great Salt Lake for its own.
The Sorrows fought beside Joshua Graham,
Okay, so their leader probably died anyway.
eradicating the threat the Whitelegs posed to Zion. Seeing the courier convince Joshua Graham to spare salt upon wounds, the Sorrows learned that retribution could be tempered by mercy. Though he despaired at the Sorrows' loss of innocence, Daniel took some small consolation in the courier's lesson, and prayed it would take root.
Having helped eradicate the Whitelegs from Zion, the Dead Horses returned to Dead Horse Point in triumph. They remained neutral toward the Sorrows, but as years went on, there were periods of competitive friction, even violence between the tribes. The New Canaanites, Daniel especially, intervened regularly as mediators, but found it difficult to reconcile the tribe's conflicts.
The defeat of the Whitelegs and Zion.
Oh well, not everyone can get along.
Of the Happy Trails Caravan Company. Every 2 months, the caravan met with the New Canaanites in Zion Valley to trade. Happy Trails soon returned to prosperity. The vigilance of the Sorrows and Dead Horses in defending southwestern Utah, initially startling to Happy Trails caravans, soon proved a blessing.
Wait a minute, narrator, aren't you dead?
The 80s, driving them back from Highway 50, and thus opening yet another trading route for Happy Trails caravans.
Waking Cloud was distraught when she learned of her husband's death, but took comfort from her tribe and the compassion of the New Canaanites. She forgave Daniel for having concealed her husband's fate from her, and learned to accept his fate. When her grief faded, she took a husband from the Dead Horse tribe. At her bidding, he stayed close to home.
Ah.
The threat of the White Legs ended. Joshua Graham
Took a dead horse husband.
and dead horses tend to their fallen comrades and secure Zion. The courier's words had stayed Joshua's wrath in his darkest hour, and in sparing salt upon wounds, he was changed. While he continued to advocate militant opposition to the enemies of New Canaan, he sometimes showed quarter to those who crossed his family. Eventually, this new spirit would diminish the myth of the burned man in distant lands. A small price for the peace it brought to Joshua Graham.
Okay, well, sounds like we did a good thing by letting him go then.
Did his best to minister to the Sorrows' spiritual needs. Try as he might, he could not hold back the tribe's increasing militancy.
Can't stop reading that book.
Joshua Graham. Demoralized, he returned to his family and Dead Horse Point. His failures haunted him for the rest of his days.
Aww.
And with that, the courier walked out of the history of the tribes of Zion and back to the gathering storm of the Mojave Wasteland.
No. I'm not ready. What is this? Ah, okay. Joshua Graham's all the unique stuff that Joshua and Daniel were carrying. A light shining in darkness. That's Joshua's unique 45 auto weapon. And I got assault upon wounds helmet and power fist. And I got scripture. Let's read some scripture. Oh, I can't do anything with it. Alright. Now, question. Is my stuff still here? It should be on an island here. Well, that was a fun story. I like that one. Yeah, very short. Shorter than the casino one. But I like this one quite a bit more. Yes, it's still there. Oh, thank God. Most of it. Probably all of it. Okay, I gotta find a way to... No, don't drink the water. I'm gonna find a way to get all this back home. Well, that was Honest Hearts. And it was good to finally get to meet the Burn Man himself, Joshua Graham. Former Caesar's Legion legate. He has a lot to make up for, and it looks like he's trying, doing his best. He's a changed man. Alright, so I'm gonna go head back to the Mojave, and we'll see if we can get started on the next DLC. I'm not sure exactly which one that is. I'll have to check into that, but we'll start the next one soon. Alright, hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.